all over my leg just now. Can't use the snow as a coaster. There's old Bruno dog. Hey, old boy. There he is. Hey, Bubba baby. Here's my boy. Here's my goodin'. You my goodin'? Yes, he is. He's so precious. He's so precious. See what he's gonna do. Oh. Give him some head pats real quick. Got the dog at the frozen pond. Here's the frozen pond. I thought it was too dangerous to walk on. Well, it's only like 3 foot deep regardless because my dam is broke. You can even see that little bit of dirt that's exposed right there. There's a washout where that tree's at. There's a big old hole in my dam. So once the pond gets about 5-6 foot tall, it all goes out right there. So it never gets over your... I think I come out here one time swimming a long time ago when it rained real fresh and the water wasn't so stagnant. And it got up to like my hips, I think. I think this is the deepest this pond's ever been is like 3 foot, 4 foot. Yeah, like 4 foot, 3.5 foot. So if I did fall through the pond, I would only fall like 3 foot. So it would just suck. But oddly, at the bank right here and over there, it's actually melted. Look, I'll walk through it. You can. So I'm not gonna do it again. You can just see where I was at. Oh shit! I am gonna do it again. I lied. But frozen solid as a rock right here, like I can kind of. Okay, no, I'm not gonna do that. It started cracking a little bit if I jump, but I can jump on it and it just cracks a little. So I've drove my 4-wheeler on it before, my 800-pound 4-wheeler, but not this freeze. Bruno? Sasquatch? What was that? Bruno boy? Must have been a bird. Bruno! Bruno ran off. He's tired. I've been sitting down here. Hello, Logan, and I'm going to say that's Dolce or Dulce. I don't even know how to say that. There's Bruno. Bruno, there's a bird or a raccoon up there. What's up there making racket, Bruno? What is it? There better not be a legendary Sasquatch up in the trees, Bruno. Did we have an abominable snowman? Look, even Bruno's like, we better watch out on this ice. He's just now starting to walk on it because he saw me, but I'm pretty sure that right there, That spot right there is where one of them fell through it before it froze all the way. And this is Oklahoma. Y'all can comment where y'all's from and if y'all got any snow this season. The whole Midwest should have got some. Besides, I thought Tennessee was going to get some, but they said they got just rain. When I talked to some of them. Hello, Elisa. Everybody's coming in with these hard names. I am also from America, but like what state you're from. This is Oklahoma. This is the southern part of Oklahoma. We usually don't get snow. Like we might get snow every couple, like if we get it every year, it's usually just a peppering, maybe an inch or two, but this is a whole 5 to 7 inches. Can you help have a good comeback? Yeah. What'd somebody say to you? Tell me. I'll come up with a comeback for you. I feel like that's not what you meant, though, because you might have some language barrier here. New Jersey? Did y'all get, is it not snowing over there yet? I actually didn't see on the map. I watched the snow map and it showed it was blowing up. After it got out of Oklahoma and past Arkansas, it showed that it was going to stretch all the way, covered Michigan, and basically every state around there all the way to New York. Like the northeastern, northeastern Midwest, and then the northeastern part of the states like New York, etc. See, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to the Texas part of it. So, I have no clue about that. How much. Yeah, it quit snowing yesterday. It finally quit around 10 a.m. yesterday. It seems like the days have been going on forever. It feels like it's been a week, but it's only been like 2 days. Everything's been closed. You can't go nowhere to do nothing. Which, not that I do anything anyway. A good night out to me is going home after work and watching TV, so it's not like I'm too upset about like a local club's closed or something like that. What really annoys me is the doctor's offices and pharmacies are all closed, and they're supposed to be essential workers. At least I thought the pharmacies were. Like, if you're diabetic and you live where I'm at right now, I guess you're just SOL if you're supposed to get your insulin refilled or something, because you can't even go to the doctor right now. They're all closed down because I guess healthcare is not essential anymore here in this small town. I don't know. I was like 30 to 40. I was almost halfway to monetization on here. I had like 400 watch hours per quarter. You had to get 2 million views and 2,000 watch hours. And I was really short on my watch hours. I was only getting like 400 to 500. And then my views, I did get like 1.3 million views in 90 days one time. So I used to be. Thank you. I used to have, his name's Bruno. I've got 3 others, but he's the only one with dual coats. I have a Labrador, but she's got a bald belly, so she doesn't stay out as long as him. He's got a full 2 coats everywhere. Really, really furry dog. And, anyways, I was just rambling. I don't even know what the hell I was going to say. But yeah, they have all the doctor's offices and stuff closed down. My face ran everybody off. That always happens, dang it. Why can't I be pretty? Oh, I've got my coffee mug. Come down here. I forgot my coffee mug. Is the reason I'm back down here. I did my morning walking around and playing with the dogs because they get stir crazy. Because the first 2 nights they couldn't go out because, I mean, it was, for one, it was windy. It was blowing like 20 miles an hour and it was 8 degrees out. And at first it was freezing rain, sleet, whatever. And it was annoying. I was stuck at work and not a soul gave a shit that I was going to have to drive in that shit. Everybody else was like, oh, time to go. I'm leaving. Nobody tried to help me with my boxes or anything to get ready to go home early. But that's all right. I did prepare for it, so I mean, I guess it's all right that they took off early, but I would have tried to help. If I was supposed to go home at 4 o'clock and the guy that's supposed to stay till still 7 to 8, you really, I can get off between 6 to 7:30, depending on how busy it is. If it's busy, I won't get off till 7:30 or 8. He was born exactly 2 years ago. He was born December. Ah, dang, I don't know. He's 3 now, I believe. He's 3 years old, but he was born in December. Crap, now I can't remember if he's 2 or 3 years old. He's 3, because last year he was this big, and I know he wouldn't. If he was 1, he still would have been a little puppy looking. Yeah, we had a snowstorm. We had a big one. It's already melted off. It wasn't big enough for me. I wanted it to snow. Like, I'm going to have to move up north when I get older. I'm probably going to move to Michigan because I'm a pro marijuana type of person. Well, whatever state up north has a marijuana legal of some sort and then has good gun laws, that's where I'm going to move. Oklahoma, you don't have to have concealed or open permits to carry a gun. And also, we made a law stating that it's your constitutional right to carry and bear arms of any sort anyway. So I think if you did get into trouble with the conflicting, you have a pot card and you're concealed carrying or something, I think it would be a big headache for the government, because you could try and fight them. You'd probably lose, but you could still make them waste resources, and they might just tell you to piss off and slap you on the wrist instead of actually like charging you or something. I don't know though. This country hasn't really. Well, my town's actually pretty good. I like my little town. We don't have very many, like, the worst thing you might hear about in this town is somebody's rich son getting off with a DUI and not going to jail or getting it dropped, etc. But 3 hours north of here, there's a town called Stillwater. Some rich kid got off with raping like 3 kids, 3 girls. He's like 18, and they were all 17 to 18, etc., within that age range. And legit, unless the news is completely lying, his name's Jesse Butler. You can Google it. I believe Jesse Butler, Stillwater, Oklahoma. Yeah, and they completely let him go. And I looked it up, Googled it, and there's a guy called Guerrilla Publishing that's all he does is track corruption through the state. And there is not one single shred of evidence saying that this was alleged claims, yada yada yada. And there was also physical evidence, but they didn't specify. And they said that he also admitted to it. And they just let that SOB just walk free. But, yeah, not good for that town. Yeah. How many inches did y'all get? We only got 6 to 7, and it's already melted off quite a bit. I wish it would stay. I wish it would have snowed like 3 feet to where I couldn't even drive my truck in it. Yeah, I did this earlier. I had those cinder blocks, and I tied a chain to them. I tried tying all 3 of them together, but it ended up not working, so I just tied the 2 back. I had 2 sets of 2 that were stuck together. And I went in circles over and over with my 4-wheeler and plowed the road. Best I could. And there's Bruno again. It shows I've got 5 people, and it keeps going up from like 3 to 18 to 3 to 18. It's been staying kind of low now though. Where you going, Bruno? We're not going down there. Come on. Come on. I even got a campfire going. But yeah, there's my snowplow. I had those tied together, and then I'd stack that other one on top. And it just was not working very good. It was more like leveling it out. It would push a little bit off to the side, but I mean, it looks better than it did before. At first, it looked just like this. That's what my driveway looked like about an hour ago. Maybe, well, 3 hours ago. Something of the sort. And I don't even have a 4-wheel drive truck either. rear wheel drive, lightweight truck too is what sucks about it. So if I don't have cinder block, I've got cinder blocks all in it right now to weigh the ass end down, or the back end. See, which I usually put more. That's not enough. That's just barely enough. I usually put more in there, but I had to move back into my mom's house after I got a divorce, and she likes to take my cinder blocks and string them out all over the fucking yard and do stuff with them and make little. She made a table out of those ones, and she glues them together to where I can't hardly lift them without breaking my back. No, I think I've said like 2 or 3 times this is Oklahoma. Oklahoma, where the wind comes sweeping down the plains or some shit. My fire's going good. I might have to stack some more logs on top of that. Oh, well, I thought you said... never mind. I just said it a couple times. I didn't know if you heard or not. And then there's my fire barrier. I need to restock my rock wall. I need to restack it, but even when it's dry out, this thing, I've been under a burn ban. I probably shouldn't say this, but I've burned in a burn ban because I've had this, but I also use that as like a wind block if it's blowing too hard. But I don't ever burn if it's blowing like 15 miles an hour out. That's too dangerous. Like, I might grill or something, but I'm usually pretty safe. And I have, my bucket's over there tipped over. I don't have any water buckets, but I usually do if it's dry out. No burn ban now, obviously. And then if I need to cook, I grilled yesterday in it. Where are you from originally, Mars, sir? And no, somebody tried to ask me if I have any secrets the other day, and the answer was no, I don't. Unfortunately, I'm boring. I obey all the laws, and I go to work and come home. See, look how deep that is right there. That's almost a foot. That's almost a foot deep in a drift. Camden. I thought maybe you were an immigrant or something because your name was kind of different. Like maybe you came from a different country or something. And I've got junk out here because it's too expensive to pay for the trash, basically. Long story short, it's like $100 a month to have trash took out, and we only end up using 3 bags. So it's like, why would you pay $30 to empty your trash can per trash bag? It's like, oh, I'm taking the trash out to the corner. Just give somebody $30 to use a trash can. Like, screw that. So now I recycle, which you can tell sometimes somebody does not help me recycle and they throw the metal in there anyways. So only one person in the household recycles, but I burn all my paper trash and then I recycle all the metal and other crap that won't burn. And then stuff like this, I take it to the dump whenever it piles up. Okay, well, that explains why your English and typing's not very good. Kid, if you're 8 years old, you need to not worry about stuff like that and just be a kid. Just don't be a piece of crap, okay? That's all I have to say. Like, if you're gonna start trying to think like an adult and have adult problems, you're just gonna waste your time. My simple answer to whatever your problem is just don't be a bad person, be a good kid. If your parents are bad, call CPS on them and go to a state foster home. And then just follow all the rules. Always follow the rules. I could read. I'm sorry. I hate to be harsh, but when I was 6 years old, I learned how to read and write when I was 6, basically completely. By the time I was 8 years old, I could fully read and write. So just practice more and pay attention in school. Teachers also, back when I was a kid, teachers were way more strict. They don't make y'all do crap nowadays. They don't worry if it's like, oh, let's just push them through school. They might as well as not make y'all go to school till you're 8 years old if they're not going to teach you anything or try and help you. Yeah, I've been into like 3 fights in my entire life, which is not that many for my age. Basically like 1 every 10 years. Well, yeah, that's what I thought too. And then I screwed my entire life up, and now I wake up every day hating my life. So be a bad kid and think it's fun. You'll end up 20 years from now, you're going to be like, my God, why was I a dipshit when I was a kid? I think it's a government psyop, to be honest with you. Like all this generational crap, like all these kids in the rap music, which I sound like an old man, but I like rap music and stuff too. But I think it's a psyop, which means it'd be like psychological experiment or operation. You have 2 or 3 paid individuals that are actually government agents promote being an idiot and acting like a fucking fool. And then you basically, through process of it, you're gonna, I need a dictionary. You'll filter out the idiots eventually. Through process, what's the word I'm looking for? Dang it. I'm gonna have to Google it. Oh, it's a word for genetically getting rid of idiots. Oh, dang it. Okay. It's called natural selection. Okay, that means that if all of a sudden people start jumping off a cliff, like, you know, that's natural selection. They're stupid. They're killing themselves off. So you put somebody in place that's charismatic and can influence all these people, and then you get rid of the uncivilized folk because they're going to follow instead of use their brain and think and be smart. They're going to be like, oh, hey, that rapper dude's fucking doing drugs and drinking alcohol and fucking just staying fucked up out of his head 24/7. And monkey see, monkey do. And those are the stupid people, and the government wants to get rid of them. They act like they want to help people like that, but in reality, they're creating it. So that's what I think about all of that. If you want to be bad and think you're cool, that's exactly what the government wants you to do, because they're trying to get rid of all of y'all that think that way. And you can deny it and think what you want, but you show me one person besides a famous rapper that's successful, that's a drug addict and all this other shit. It's very uncommon. It would be like 0.0001% of drug addicts are probably billionaires, successful, millionaires, etc. So yeah, no, I don't like any of the newer rappers. Like I like Lil Wayne and like Mask Wolf and what's that other guy? Joyner Lucas. Eminem sucks now. He was better back when he was younger. Like Kevin Gates. But I don't like most of these, like Juice WRLD and fucking Tekashi 6ix9ine. That 69 rainbow haired fucking idiot. He's a loser. He's the fakest, biggest loser I've ever seen in my entire life. Like, Perfect example of an idiot that's getting paid to try and influence society negatively. But what's bad about him is he's so fake, it's not even believable. It's like I've never once met a trans wannabe gangster that was fucking tough or cool or yada yada. So I don't even know what the fuck. I guess maybe he was just a fluke and actually got famous on his own or something. I don't really know him. I've heard of him, but there's too many names that sound the same these days. So it's like hard to distinguish them. Use quite a bit of gas. The dog or you? I mean, hey, this live is not made for kids if you didn't see that. Technically I could never mind. You know. The dog knows speak him English fully, so he don't know. Damn. Okay, we're almost full. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I've heard of him too. Like Wiz Khalifa, all the rappers I like, they actually like have most of them. I'm not gonna say every single one of them because some of them kind of suck, but most of the rappers I listen to could actually stop rapping and like sing pop if they wanted to, like or sing anything. Dilly. Hot shot. Well, come here, Rex. Come here. Come on. You want to bark at me? Come on. He's like, I don't want to come out here. It's cold. I'm 30 plus years old. So I was born in the 90s. Or late 80s. Late 80s. Early 90s, whatever. Well, that was my second cup of coffee, Bruno. What do you think that means? Huh? What do you think it means, baby? Say it means you need another one. You need another coffee. Oh, look at my pretty babies. Look at my pretty babies. She's 4 or 5. I adopted her off the side. She was on the side of the road, and it was pouring rain. She was curled up by a stop sign. So I picked her up and took her home. We picked her up and took her home. And then she had puppies, and that's where he came from. That's her puppy. So her name's Lily, and that's Bruno, and that's her baby. She had 7 of them, but I couldn't afford to keep all 7. They went to good homes, and I still keep track of 2 of them, but I haven't bothered to ask them. After they turned 3 and the lady was still taking good care of them, I figured I should just leave her be. And then all the other ones I do kind of worry about because I didn't know who they were, but they seemed like decent people. They came up in nicer cars. I mean, not everybody's going to be a dog fighter or abuser, you know. You'll be ready, Betty. Yes, we have them all the time. This is technically what that was. This was an ice storm and a snowstorm put together. I mean, I guess that's what a snowstorm is, but sometimes we have like all ice. It's not even snow, it's just ice, which I hate freaking ice storms because they look ugly. The grass has just got ice all over it. You can see through it. It usually doesn't look like snow. I mean, I've never seen an ice storm make ice over a couple inches thick. Snow usually builds up more, but it's also less dense. Less dense. Less dense. No, she's a good one. She's a good one. And Bruno, I don't know what. He's either part sheepdog or he's part coyote, which I think he might be part coyote because I don't know. He's really thick coated. He's got a fluffy tail, and I looked at pictures, and he looks like a coy dog kind of, but he also looks like he could be half sheepdog or half border collie. No, I'm probably about to get off here. And the inside of my house, everything. I mean, look inside my house is a piece of shit. I'll just go ahead and get that out there. And I'm obviously a fucking. I was talking about how I couldn't afford trash service earlier. Like, my house is it's fucked. It needs remodeled all the way around. The inside doesn't look terrible, but I'm just not doing it. Like, I mean, it's not like fucking disgusting and like there's shit everywhere or nothing, but it just like. Hi, babies.